So I just wanted to work through some of these slides on this activity, systems of two linear equations. I highly encourage you to try it out yourself before you watch this video. So it's all about figuring it out, really struggling with it if you get stuck, and then if you need it, you can watch this video. So if you haven't done it and finished it yourself, please pause it and go back and do that. First slide is just kind of, do you think it's true? Do you think it's possible? Two numbers to have a difference of 8 and a sum of 1. So two numbers that subtract and give you an answer of 8, and they add and give you an answer of 1. You might not think it's possible. Usually when you add numbers, you get a bigger answer than if you subtract them. So maybe you don't think it's possible. You might think it's possible. So we're going to figure it out. So what we're going to do is figure out two numbers that have a difference of 8, like 9 minus 1 or 13 minus 5. If whatever number I type here, like 13, then the computer knows my other one is 5. So think about how it could do that. Whatever number I type in, it'll tell me the other one. I could change this and do something silly like 241, and then the other one is 233. So whatever I do, take away 8 from that, has a difference of 8. Now, if you're doing with this a bunch of other people, think about what other possible points could be. Like, that one's really big. Let's not have it be so zoomed out. Let's just do 10. Look at our graph. So there's the point here, 10 comma 2. Another possibility would be the point, so we had 10 comma 2. Another one would have been 9 comma 1. Another one would have been 8 comma 0. So maybe think about what that looks like if we graphed all of those points, one after the other. Now, same sort of idea. We want to think of two numbers that are going to add up to equal 1. Okay. Two numbers that add up to 1. Maybe I'll use a different color for these. So I could do 0 plus 1, or 1 plus 0, or 0.5 plus 0.5, or I could even do negatives, like negative 1 plus 2, or negative 3 plus 4. And what we can see is there's actually a lot of different numbers that work out here. I can type two numbers with a sum of 1. Let's type in 4. And on the next screen, it'll predict the other one is negative 3, 4 and negative 3. If everybody did those points there, we would see another line. I can show you that with actually doing some of these dots here. If we do 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 3 and 4, you see that those are going to line up like this. My other ones, the red ones, where I had 10 and 2, are going to line up like this here. And the key thing to think about when you're doing this activity is that there is some place where they both cross over. I didn't make sure that these lines are accurate. Actually, I'm noticing that my red line was a little bit off because it should be touching at 8, not where I drew it. So it should be hitting at 8. So my red line would be looking more like this. So there's some point right around here where they cross over, and that point on both of those lines is this one number pair that's a solution to both. All right, so let me clear the screen and let's look at that. Difference of 8, okay? So if I have a difference of 8, that means my x minus my y is equal to 8. And you can see that goes right through the dot that I had from before. If I have a sum of 1, that's saying x plus y is equal to 1. And just like I showed you when I drew it by hand, those two lines cross over each other at a single point. And the beautiful thing about Desmos is that you can click on and see what that point is. And it looked like it was 4.5 and negative 3.5. And you can see, if you add those up, you get 1. And if you subtract them, you get 8. Because subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. Okay, so that's the big idea here. Then you have some other challenges to work on. Sum is different sum is 6, difference is 6, sum is 12, difference of 12, etc., etc. And so please work through these problems yourself. Please ask questions. Happy to help out.